Now to the crash. Federal safety investigators are still at work trying to determine what caused the chopper to crash in Calabasas that claimed 9 lives, including those of Kobe and his teenage daughter, Gianna. NBC4's I-Team has been following this from the very beginning. Our investigative reporter, Leonard, explains why a final answer on how and why this happened could now be just days away.
Exactly a year after the Sikorsky S-76B, carrying 8 friends and piloted by Ara Zobayan, crashed into a hillside near Calabasas in poor visibility, the official cause remains unknown. Crash investigators have released some initial reports that show the helicopter's engines and controls were working correctly just before the impact.
It really paints a fairly vivid picture of a helicopter that encountered poor visibility and began to turn around and then crashed into the hills.
Former NTSB crash investigator and NBC aviation consultant Jeff Gazzetti says all the evidence so far suggests Zobayan became disoriented in the thick clouds that covered the 101 freeway that morning.
And this is not a new story in helicopter flight.
The helicopter carried no flight data or voice recorders, which could have provided key information about what happened. As the I-Team first reported last year, an autopsy showed Zobayan had nothing in his system that would have clouded his abilities. Gazzetti says the NTSB's 5-member board will piece the evidence together and vote on the most likely cause 2 weeks from today.
Accident prevention is the reason they exist. It's not simply to satisfy the public's curiosity, although that's a nice benefit.
He says rarely is there a single factor that causes an accident. It's usually more complicated, and safety board members don't always agree.
It's healthy because those that disagree may attempt to convince those that don't disagree.
There are now nearly 36 lawsuits filed in connection with the crash, including cases accusing Island Express helicopters and the pilot of negligence, a countersuit blaming air traffic controllers, and another case accusing LA County Sheriff's deputies and other county employees of taking grisly photos at the crash scene. The company that owned the helicopter, Island Express, temporarily stopped operations after the crash. It's now resumed its business of shuttling residents and tourists to and from Catalina Island. The NTSB meetings is scheduled for February 9th. That's when board members will hear directly from the crash investigation team, then vote to determine that probable cause. Some of the crash lawsuits have been moved from state court to federal court. The first trials are probably still months and months away. Reporting live, I'm investigative reporter Leonard, NBC4 News. Back to you.